if you haven't tried to quit before, it's a great idea to try to quit on your own to see if you can be successful with that. So the first thing we want to do is get really focused on the reasons why you want to quit. Okay, I suggest you write 1 or 2 good, strong reasons down. Carry it around with you, put it in your wallet or whatever, so that in tough times you can pull it out to remind yourself. And remember, you have to focus on quitting completely. Cutting down is not really an option for most people since it doesn't really work long term. Okay, so that's step 1. The second step is to go ahead and set a quit date. Now, some people like to quit immediately, and that's okay if you want to give it a shot, but the more reasonable way to do this is to give yourself about 2 or 3 weeks to prepare and get ready to do all the things you need to do to maximize the chances that you'll actually be successful in quitting. Another really important thing is to consider medications. You can go to your physician to help with this, or you can consider using over-the-counter products, nicotine replacement products, if you haven't done that before. All the medications, they're all FDA approved, and they all tremendously increase the likelihood of a person being successful. A very important thing to do, though, is not to stop using the medications as soon as you stop smoking. Stay on them for at least 3 months. Under your physician's care, you may want to go as long as even 6 months if you have a hard time quitting and staying off tobacco. While you're in the process of quitting, do your best to avoid what we would call high-risk situations, ones where it's almost certain you know you're going to smoke if you go into that situation. We're not saying you need to stay away from that forever, but during the initial phases of quitting, until you get some confidence, until you feel like you can beat this thing to some degree, you want to stay away and give yourself the best chance of getting some time off tobacco. Don't forget to take care of yourself. Don't miss meals. Don't get hungry. Don't forget. Make sure you get a good night's sleep. Use strategies that you know work to help you manage urges. Things that help you to relax to some degree. Things that help you to deal with a situation quickly and get out of it if you feel like you're at risk to smoke in those situations. So do your coping strategies and take care of your body. If you're not feeling well, the urge to smoke tends to be stronger under those circumstances. And then the final really important piece is to just guard against relapse. Once a smoker, your risk to going back to it is always greater than 0 no matter how far out we go. So make sure that you are monitoring yourself, and that if you feel like an urge is coming up and you're giving yourself excuses to go ahead and have a cigarette, that you get yourself out of that situation and remind yourself why it is so important for you to quit. The last thing I'll just say is that if you've tried these things on your own and it hasn't worked, or maybe a couple of times, then consider getting some help. And there are lots of avenues to do that. You can speak again, as I said before, with your family physician. You can call the Mississippi Quit Line and use their counseling services. And by the way, they'll also provide you with a number of weeks of free nicotine replacement products. Or you can come to one of the ACT centers located throughout the state of Mississippi, where also all the counseling and a variety of medications are completely free, you know, with the kind of support that both the Quit Line and the ACT centers provide. Again, those will greatly increase the chances that you will be able to quit long term.